did save quite a few chips, probably by not betting on the turn. And ladies for Lipovoy here. He was active when we first got to the TV table, but then went card dead and decided not to go with it. Does min raise though. Two players with kings in their hand. So Sukas though with a stronger king with the king queen. Looks like he's reaching out for a 3-bet. It is a 3-bet to 9,200.
Folds back around to Lipovoy.
I'm curious how much I'm only going to be surprised if he calls here. I'm just curious what his 4-bet sizing is going to be, but he's going to prove me wrong by calling. He does just call.
I don't really mind the call. I mean, of course, he might be scared of a flop, but not do 6-4. And the thing is, he might be thinking that he can get a c-bet out of Sukas, try to, check raise the flop here.
And Sukas is not in the best of shape, at least card equity-wise, because...
Or you could just lead out.
Yeah, we saw a king in someone else's hand. This will just get the job done here. It is kind of like when you lead out here, you're saying usually I have like the 6 or I have like a 5-7 here, that it's not usually that I have like an overpair as strong as queen, so maybe Sukas will actually call here thinking his 2 cards are live. It would help if he had a heart in his hand, at least for that backdoor flush, which he doesn't have, and that may be the deciding factor at the end.
And this looks like a fold.
So Lipovoy not 4-betting like I predicted, and then not check raising or check calling that flop like you predicted. So we're back to the players thinking a few steps ahead of us.
Yeah, it's kind of an unorthodox line, so we'll have to ask Danny what his thoughts were when we meet him later on this week.
Is he the type of player that goes into the lab and studies quite a lot, or you don't know enough about him to comment on that?
No, I don't know.
Because sometimes the lab spits out results that I just can't figure out why that is, and then I don't do it if I can't figure it out. Even if it's mathematically correct, I'll just apply it wrong.
Yeah, and that's actually a good tip for aspiring solver addicts. That one thing is to get the answer, but it's really important to try to figure out why is this the answer.
It looks like we have a little bit of a hand here, actually, Stig. We have Kanda with the trays opening up. We have Sukas opting to flat with his 9s, so that invites other players to come in along for the ride, as Peter does with his pretty Jack-10 suited from the small blind. Probably would have had to fold to a 3-bet. And Daniel also coming into the mix with another suited card. So everybody with red cards in their hand.
Yeah, Lipovoy from the school of Senkel, and he's suited 2 in the big blind.
Oh,
and
no.
That's a top set for Sukas, and a set for Kanda, bottom set. But 3 clubs, we know that none of the players have a club.
Yeah, the only way those stacks aren't going in
Look
is
at
if there's a
Kanda.
call here.
Yeah, he bets 10,000 and has 30 behind. So, Sukas, what do you do now? 3 clubs on the flop, and he raises. Easy folds for Pira and Lipovoy. Back to Kanda. This is not easy. He is all in and gets snapped. And Sukas is definitely relieved to see that Canada doesn't have a club. And Canada, look, that's, I mean, good, great sportsmanship from Canada.
Drawing to
And then
just
now he's, well, no, just a three. And he's out.
was drawing to just one out. If we had that club on the turn, then at least he would have had some more hope for a chop on the river. Just an unfortunate spot once you were flatted by the nines. You're never getting away on the flop with your stack depth.
But great attitude and great sportsmanship. When
For sure.
When he saw Sukas's hand, he smiled and was, well, of course he wasn't happy, but he took it like a great poker player.